Oh, careful, careful, careful. Morning, lovelies. How are you? How are all of you? It's freezing. I mean, it's literally freezing. I'm just, I've got my Christmas tree stand. It's got some water still in it and some pangs. I'm just going to chuck it under the tree a second. Now, don't worry about my apparent lack of clothing. I'm literally just going to be out here a second. I do have to go out this morning, so I will have hat, another 2 layers on, the lot. But I'm just, these couple of things come on to go in the shed. So that's the Christmas tree. I'll show you the garden in a sec because we've been around about freezing for 3 days now. Okay, so Christmas tree stand, it's all here waiting. Wreath frame and all my lovely fir cones. So I'm going to hang these in the shed. I might do something with them. They might just hang around for next Christmas. So these can all go away in the shed. Also, last night when I was cooking, it was so cold. Oh, I'm just looking at the bird bath. Sorry, mind's footing. Yeah, I was so cold. I literally just put my bowl of peelings on the back doorstep because it's onions. I didn't want it stinking the kitchen out. So let's just pop these on the table. Get my bowl of peelings. It's probably frozen to the bowl. Quick. Yeah, as I said, it's been, we've been at or round about freezing for 3 days. Let me show you how the garden's looking, all frosty. Fortunately, the kale is pretty hardy, but look, little diamonds of frost. And of course, because the sun doesn't really get down here, it will stay like this. It's not really showing up on camera much, the frost, but you can see it over here. Look at the table. Someone's iced the table. Little ice crystals, they're so beautiful. How's everything? Oh, I was just thinking. And there it is, that geranium is still okay. I wasn't expecting them to go through the winter. Some of them are doing okay. I don't know if the rose will make it. But yeah, I just suddenly thought, obviously the bird bath is frosted. Let me go and boil a kettle and defrost that a little bit because the birds still need some fresh water. And I'll be mindful, obviously I don't want birds drinking boiling water, but adding boiling and freezing, I'll check it with my finger. So hopefully it's just tepid or cold for them. But yeah, let me get some water for the little birds. And the broad beans that aren't in the tunnel, well, as you might expect, look at them, they've flopped. They should perk up. Gosh, this is really crispy crunchy with frost too. The chard are looking a bit floppy. Look how I feel. Frost makes me feel floppy too. Actually, being out here in the cold and the frost is making me feel quite perky. All the foxgloves, they look okay. What's that bit of string? Oh no, where's it attached? Oh, I'll leave that for now because I don't want to break any plant that it's attached itself to. Right, that's enough frosty. Let me, I'll pop these bits in the shed. Oh yeah, because the patio feels a bit today. Get these bits in the shed and get on with the rest of the day. It's one of those days I've got lots and lots and lots of little things on my list, and I'm just going to keep going until everything's done. Right, time to layer up. Get my polar bear outfit on. It's not something I would have bought for myself, but someone else bought it second hand, decided it wasn't for her, so passed it on to me. Thank you very much, grateful. it's so snuggly because it comes up at the back a bit, and if the wind howls, I can lift it up and not speak. There's something I wanted. Oh yes, I was just thinking that as I came in the back door just now. Someone had, just before Christmas, I actually got a bit of a session in the garden. Not a lot. I was trying to pull the grass out of the patio. No chance of it now. It's frozen solid. And someone said, "Oh, you've left your back door open the whole time." Well, I actually try to have the back door open and windows open every day for at least sort of 5 or 10 minutes. I know it seems counterintuitive when it's so cold. I actually forgot while Richard and Paul were here. I was just kind of being so kind of chilled and lazy with them. But anyway, yeah, I think especially with the amount of condensation I've been having, and yes, I've got a dehumidifier. I run it every day for a few hours. I fill that tank over and over again. But yeah, just air exchange the air every day. Yes, it's a bit of a shock because it's cold. You know, it's something the Scandinavians do. So yeah, swap the air. Right, I've got my, I'm just getting my bits and bobs together. So I've got a parcel to, I've got a parcel to get to the post office, a shop order, going in my backpack. And do you remember I said it would live in my backpack? That's the mat that Karen from Wigan made that Sarah and Ian bought for me for Christmas. It's been used. It's great. It's just that little tiny bit of insulation against a damp stone bench or the cold of the stone bench. Yeah, so post office. So the other thing I'm going to do while I'm out now is I've just inserted my next to last Wild deodorant refill. And I said I'd been looking around for a new deodorant company, and I found the one I'd like to try. They're based just over the water in the Isle of Wight. But we've got a health food shop here, so I'm going to pop into them today. I've made a note to myself to go and check to see if they stock this deodorant. I don't know if this deodorant is stocked anywhere or if it's just to buy online. I will keep you posted. If they don't stock it, I might get on with ordering some today. Right, and that's my other little bits and bobs to do whilst I'm out. Right, nearly, and talking of Richard and Paul, literally every day they were here, we went out for a walk, lovely, wrap up warm. It's a good one, I'm wrapped up now, nice. I'll put my titfer on in a second. And every time we got home, I took my gloves off and said, right, I must darn these this evening. Every evening, on the end of the sofa with my sewing kit, I must darn them this evening. And every day, I forgot. And then I'd put them on the next day and say, I need to darn my, not socks, I need to darn my gloves. Oh, where's my bag gone? Bit dyspraxic this morning. So that's on, I've actually written it on my list so it doesn't get forgotten. Right, titfer in place, cover my ears up because tops of ears, I don't like the tops of my ears getting chilly. Okay, so let's go off and I want to take you with me. I'm going to post office, health food shop, a couple of other things I need to look at, see into, and then back home to the ranch and carry on with the list. Tally-ho! I totally forgot about boiling the kettle to defrost the bird bath. Yay, I've done my errands, I'm back. Got myself quite warm doing it. I've done a little circuit. I try to go as quickly as I can, as quickly as my knees will take me anyway, so that not only am I getting my errands done, but it's that, it's a bit of exercise, get warmed up, get a little bit puffed if possible, get puffed on the hill anyway. Yeah, it's a really nice atmosphere in the town today, because I think it's that thing of all the holidaymakers have gone again now. So there was crowds and crowds and crowds. It's lovely. It's really lovely. It's buzzing and busy. But over sort of Christmas and New Year, and today it's the first weekday. What is the date today? It's Monday the 5th of January for me. Yeah, there's that sense of all the holiday makers have gone, we're back to normal, quiet little town again, and yeah, it's just nice to be out and about. Morning, Happy New Year to lots of people, and I think that's helped by the fact that it's a beautiful day, despite, I mean, it's cold, it's frigid cold out there, but it's dry. Hallelujah! Rain is coming back in a couple of days. We're going to have 2 weeks of rain. So today, it's sunny, it's dry, there's hardly a breeze in the air. So yeah, be out, make the most of it, say good morning, say Happy New Year to folk. Yay! Alright, I'm going to get the birds sorted. That's my window vac charging. I went out, I forgot it was charging, and I went out and left it plugged in. I don't normally like to go out and leave things plugged in like this, just because, you know, overheating, blowing up, whatever. Anyway, I left it on. Right, I need to go and get on my desk. This is just a very typical day for me. I've got, I think, about 3 or 4 hours of work to do at the desk, which I'm not going to sit you through, it'll be really boring. So, also just while I remember, while I was out, one of the things is to check if my health food store does that particular deodorant. It doesn't. So, I'm going to have to order it online. When I do that, I'll maybe bring you along for that so I can tell you who it is, because I've written it down off the top of my head, I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to just get on with my work now and then see what else is happening for the rest of my day. Oh, I know, there's something coming up later. Anyway, I'm going to get on. See you later. Good. Done. Let me just check. Done. Done. Good. So I'm going to, what's next? Right, yeah, I've got a bit of stock for my, how is the light? Have we got enough light here? Yeah, I've got some stock for my shop to put in. I've just put a whole bunch of stuff in. Mostly books, quite a lot of books, you know, kick off the new year. I'm just looking at stock now, and I think what I'm going to do as part of my shop and my stock today is, there are a few things, if they've been there a few months, I'm going to knock them down in price a bit and put them in the sale section. Get these in, that will be some good work to get done. And, oh, I know, deodorant. Let's do the deodorant, because I bookmarked it the other day. Where's my bookmarks? Yeah, because I knew I'd forget it otherwise. What's it? Earth Conscious, that's what they're called. Let me show this to you. See if you can... Oh, you see what it looks... Hang on, that's no use, is it? Let me take you off and show you properly, so you'll know what it looks like when you land. This is them. There's their logo. Earth Conscious. It's like an E within a C. Got some interesting flavours. Grapefruit and lemon. Bay leaf, orange, unscented, lavender and tea tree. A bit clinical. Oh, I think jasmine and rose. Oh yeah, I think I might try the jasmine and rose. That's going to be strobing left, right and centre, isn't it? Right, so that's the ones I've picked to have a go with. Let me just show you the about us. Does it say about where they are? Love the sea. There we go. The Isle of Wight. Yes, we do love the sea. Okay, I'm going to get on and do that. Okay, what I should have said, because this is what people are going to be interested in, is the price. What's the price? Oh, so they do it as a balm. So it's like, yeah, like a balm. So I suppose just fingers to apply, or the stick one. I'd rather have the stick, just then if I'm in a real hurry, I'm not going to end up with sticky hands. So oh, and there's also a bar. So I suppose you rub the bar on. So the bar is £10. The balm comes in, does it come in a tin? It looks like it comes in a tin, is £8 and the stick is £10. So it's not cheap. It's a bit more expensive than Wild. However, it might last longer. I won't know until I give it a go. So I'll get on and order that in a second. So there's strong protection. So the Indian bay leaf and orange might be lovely as well. I do like kind of, out of stock, jasmine and rose. Oh, they've got the stick. Anyway, I will do that in a minute. Something else, I did get warm much out. I am aware though, now I'm sitting down, I'm about to be sitting here for, I think I'm going to be sitting here for about 4 hours. So, got my good old blankie. My lovely cream one, that's for best. That's for just for the sofa. But yeah, I've got my blanket ready, a scarf, bits and bobs. And more than anything, I will every sort of 15 minutes or so get up, move around. Excuse me, apart from anything, refill my water, get up, re-vacuum the windows. I did them about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, and they need doing again. Something else I wanted to mention today, because I think this is a little bit naughty, as in bad. On my consumer rights thing again. I did another food delivery order, as in, I'm not going to the shops, the shop's going to come to me. And I've been using Sainsbury's to do it. And I've used it each time I've had visitors, because obviously when I've got visitors, I'm buying 3 times as much food as I normally would, so it's a bit too much to carry. But also, like this last time with the guys, I bought a load of wine. So, 6 bottles of wine, it weighs quite a lot for me to be bringing it home in the granny trolley. So great, I do an online order to have it delivered. And to get the £1 slot, the saver slot, it costs, you have to spend £40 or more. Now, £40 is about double what my weekly shop would be, so it's rare. I'm never going to spend £40 for a weekly shop, ever, unless I've got visitors, and then it'll surpass 40 easily. Anyway, so I did this one for Christmas, and I chose 6 bottles of wine, quite nice wines, a little bit more expensive than I would normally go for. And the delivery came and they'd been substituted. Now, it's fine, I know about substitutions, I know there's a box you can tick to say no substitutions, but generally I don't mind if they substitute. I mean, if it had turned up with no wine, rather than substituted wine, then I would have had to have gone out to buy all the wine. So I didn't mind it being substituted, that's fine. The wine they substituted it for was quite a bit cheaper. It was best part of £10 cheaper. I thought, well, that's fine. So instead of my whole bill being 60 quid, it's going to be 50, or it was more than that. Instead of it being 75, it's going to be 65. The thing is, they didn't reduce the amount they took from my card. So they took the full 75. I then got an email to say, your substitutions cost less, therefore we owe you £10. You can get this on your next food delivery. You must do this within 2 months. I thought, hang on a minute, just put it back on you shouldn't have taken it off my card in the first place, because as you're picking and packing, you knew it was less, so you should never have charged me the full price. Anyway, okay, so they've charged me the full price, but then just put it back on my card. Because here's the thing, what if I don't want to shop in your shop ever again, for example? Or what if I don't need a food delivery shop from you within the next 2 months, because I don't have any visitors planned in the next 2 months? So in fact, it's highly unlikely I would be using it. But it just struck me as being really off, because, for example, let's say I have a £50 note. I've never had a £50 note. Let's say I've got a £50 note and I go and do my shopping, and I'm totting up as I go around, and I know that I'm going to spend 50 quid on my shop. I get to the till, and once they've zapped everything, there's a few 3 for 2 offers, this, that and the other, and it brings my bill down to 40 quid. I'm at the till, I'm packing all my bags. They say £40 please, and I say, oh, that's great, it's less than I expected. I hand over my £50 note, and they don't give me £10 change. And they say, oh, well, yeah, we know we owe you the 10 quid, but it's going to be a credit and you have to do it in the next 4 days or something. So it's like, no, the goods cost 40 quid, I've given you 50 quid, give me my £10 change. More politely, of course. Yeah, I think that's really pretty wrong. Anyway, so here's what I've done. I got the email actually while the guys were here, and I was like, right, as soon as we're past New Year, as soon as we've got our first business day after New Year, I'm ringing them. I'm not even going to try and do email. I don't want a chat bot saying, can I help you? Because invariably a chat bot never ever helps. I was going to ring them, and then I just thought, you know what, goodness me, I just, in the last 6, it's now 7 or 8 weeks, been trying to get a refund for the window vac, not happening. I was trying to get a refund for a bit of software I bought online. They sent me the link to do my software. It's never worked from day one. They're ignoring all my emails. I'm not going to get a refund for that either. And I just thought, I don't want to spend another minute of my life. I may have to in the future. But today, I don't want to spend another minute of my life arguing the toss with a company to say, give me my money back, you know. You owe me, it's change. It's like getting change at the till. That's my money. You don't have the right to put conditions on it, surely, of you'll only get your change if you come and shop with us again and within a certain time limit. And I thought, I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered getting into another argument. But in the same breath, I'm also not prepared to lose 10 quid. It's too much money. That's half of what my food budget is per week. So what I've done instead is I've done another order. It's coming today, actually. So I ordered, to get the £1 delivery slot, it turned out to be about 41 quid. And I thought, right, there we go, book my slot, bam, take my tenner off it. And so what I've done is, I think, I've got my list somewhere, I made a list of what I've ordered. It's tin cans, because they store well. A couple of frozen bits, some frozen edamame. I think cheese, because cheese is quite expensive, the cheese will go into the freezer. So yeah, it's, I think I've tomato paste, lemon juice, you know, the store cupboard stuff that doesn't go off. And apart from the cheese and the edamame, I'm not filling up the freezer because I've got other plans for the freezer. So yeah, I think just be aware of that. And it might be that it wouldn't affect you because you're going to do your weekly shop with them. And you might be shopping for a family of 4, and so you're buying 80 quid's worth of food every week. So it's no skin off your nose, you'll just roll that credit into the next week. But for those of us who are infrequent flyers, as it were, yeah, just beware of it. I don't know if there's some small print somewhere, but I think, again, I think that's one of those things which contravenes our statutory or, you know, our consumer rights. I believe that refunds, your right is to be refunded by using the same method by which you paid. So if you pay by cash, you can have your refund in cash. If you pay by credit card, refunded to your credit card. Pay by debit card, refunded to your debit card. You get the gist. Certainly not a voucher that has to be spent within a certain time period. Anyway, yeah, bit disappointed in you, Sainsbury's, for that one. That was a bit naughty. Right. I can feel the temperature dropping now that I'm settling down, so I'm going to get up again, have a little jig around, come back and do my shop work. Quickie update, I've ordered the deodorant, it's right there on my screen. I've ordered the deodorant, £10 for the stick. £3.90 for postage, which is pretty standard. So they do free postage if you spend £25 or more. In other words, if you bought 3 sticks in one go. I haven't done that. I was kind of tempted, but then I thought if I don't like it, if it doesn't work for me. They also have a subscription service, which brings the price down. Again, I've not looked, you can't see the price for the subscription until you subscribe though, so I don't know what the discount is. But again, if I use it, if I really like it, then I will certainly subscribe, because deodorant is one of those things you never don't use, or you can never have enough. It runs out. So yeah, when that arrives, I'll give it a go. I've still got one. So my Wild is, I've just refilled my Wild today, and I've got 1 refill left. But I think when this turns up, I'm going to be so excited to try it. I've gone for the Indian, bay leaf and orange. We'll see. Right, back to the work. You can tell temperature's dropping. I've got my hand warmers on again, scarf's back on, cracking on. Just had a massive sneezing fit. Feel a bit snotty. Just making the most of the last bit of light this afternoon. It's coming up for about 3 o'clock. And yeah, I just got the last slither of sun at the window, and then it will disappear. But the days are lengthening, hurrah! You can see I've wrapped up. I've put an extra layer on, blankie and lap. I am putting the heating on, but I put it on for a couple of hours in the morning and then a couple of hours in the evening. I've got some credit, so I'm thinking I might do an extra 2 hours this afternoon. Woo! Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, so got my morning session done, morning work session, brilliant. I've still got stuff to do. So I probably I will be back on the computer for a couple of hours. That's fine. But I just thought I'm just quickly stitching this glove post lunch, because I thought it would warm my fingers up a bit, putting my hands around the bowl. It's warmed not a lot. I didn't know what I was having for lunch. I was talking about this to one of the women in the shops this morning. I took it out of the freezer last night because I knew I was going to have a busy day today. I knew that I wouldn't really have time. I'm going to cook tonight, but I knew that during the day I wouldn't have time to cook. So I took it out of the freezer last night, and anyway, I was chatting with a woman in one of the shops this morning, and we were saying how beautiful this weather is. I mean, it's really quite chilly. The feels like this morning was -5. The feels like now, I just checked again, is -3. So yeah, we were both saying how, it's beautiful because it's light and bright. There's relatively little wind, especially compared with over Christmas and the New Year. And it's dry, let's make the most of it. And she said it's perfect weather for soup for lunch. And I said, oh, it just so happens I am having soup for lunch. I said, I'm not quite sure what I'm having there. It's orange. It's either carrot and lentil or squash and something. She said, oh, I'm exactly the same. She said, my husband's always saying to me, why don't you label the things before you put them in the freezer? And she said, and I quite agree, where's the fun in that? Then you don't have any surprises. We want to have our surprise lunch. Anyway, it was carrot and lentil. It was lovely. My tummy feels very, very, very happy now. So what else have I got to get on with? Well, just more work. So as I said, it's Monday the 5th for me today. And yesterday was Sunday. Well done, Vivi. And I was really, really busy all day with my shop because of, photographing, sorting out all the photos, doing the uploads, weighing everything, blah, blah, blah. It's an all-day affair. I was up at 6 yesterday. I didn't start work at 6. I started work about 7, bits and bobs. I eventually finished about 9:30 last night. Now, I know I said in the new year about taking one day a week off and taking Sundays. And it's that idea of getting, for me anyway, for getting Sundays back to what Sundays used to be, which is a quiet day, a day of rest. It's not to just sit and do nothing, but it's not work, not emailing, not worrying about all the stuff that we worry about all week. If I want to spend the entire day reading a book, so be it. But probably it's going to be about, maybe have a walk, do a bit of reading, a long leisurely lunch. You get the gist. Anyway, so I didn't yesterday. Now, I'm not saying, oh no, I've blown it before the new year has started. That was intentional, because sort of Christmas, well, all the new stock I had was behind the Christmas tree. So I hadn't put anything new into the shop for about 2 or 3 weeks. So it's like, yeah, I want to get on top of things. Great. So this Sunday coming, I'm being good, and I have planned it to be a proper day off. I've even put a note on the calendar to say, in brackets, walk to Peveril, ? Walk to Durlston, ? I don't think I can walk all the way to Durlston yet. I think that's that's going to be too much for my knees, because it's uphill all the way as well. But see how far I get, but just go for a walk, see how far I get. I think the only thing for this Sunday though is it does look like it's going to be lashing with rain. We're back to rain. Anyway, I am going to try to stick to my New Year's goal of one day a week being a week off. No, one day a week being a day off. Get Sundays back to what Sundays used to be. A day of rest, a day of quiet, a day of contemplation, whatever. But more than anything, a day to, not turn the computer on. Unless one of my videos happens to fall on that particular Sunday. But yeah, put the video out and then that be it. Oh, that's one of the things I have to do this afternoon. Snip. Yeah, I've got a video due out. So when I initially put a video out, the habit is, for the first sort of few hours of it going out, so I'm just putting my needle away. I have this is my running repairs sewing stuff. Obviously I've got a ton of sewing stuff and it's all organised, all my little drawers and trays and bits, but sweet little snips. I just keep this one to hand in this beautiful little box I made. Look at that beautiful joint. Yeah, I just keep it to hand for running repairs. So, okay, finally the glove is done. I lost my train of thought. It doesn't matter. Was I saying something about Sundays? Yeah. Doesn't matter. Oh yes, that was it. Videos. When I put a video out for that sort of afternoon / evening, about every hour or so, I just check in on it in order to, can't get my finger out, in order to respond to comments. I don't monitor it quite so closely in the subsequent days. But yeah, just that first day, which is, well, you'll have noticed, any of you who comment, you'll have noticed, you will usually get a reply within, just a few minutes of you leaving your comment. Shut that door. I feel like there's a cold draft coming in. Right. So that's the rest of my day. That's the rest of my day mapped out, isn't it? I've got some computer work to do. There'll be a video out. That will be backwards and forwards me checking in and replying to comments. I've got that Sainsbury's order coming later, so that will be put away. And the rest of the evening, it will be more stuff to do with my shop. Monday, yeah, my shop day, yay! And then tomorrow's quite busy as well. Fire safety inspector coming to make sure that things have been done, fingers crossed. And then I had planned, I don't know if I'm going to chicken out, I'd planned some garden time. But if it's going to be a feels like temperature of -4 or 5 out there, I'm not sure. And also the patio is quite icy. I think I'm going to change the plan. I don't want to risk I don't want to risk going flying on the patio and breaking a wrist to start the new year. What shall I do instead? Oh, possibly a recipe video I've been planning to do. I will always find something productive to do with my day, have no fear. Right, I need to get up and get moving in. Literally just sitting down for, what's that been, 10 minutes or so is me feeling chilly again. All right, lovelies, stay as cosy as you possibly can. I know it's difficult, isn't it? But, oh, and look, I know people have mentioned quite often to me about these heated throws you can get. A heated throw, brilliant if you're sitting still. So, for instance, 10 o'clock in the evening, you've finished work, on the sofa, reading a book or watching a DVD, brilliant. But during the rest of the day, for me, it wouldn't be a practical solution because I'm constantly moving around, going over desk, kitchen, filming, desk, garden, this, that. But yeah, I know a lot of you swear by them. I'm okay. There are blankets everywhere. All right, lovelies, I will see you all again really soon. Not sure for what, but it will be in 3 days' time. So I'll see you then. Lots of love. Take care. Stay snug if you can. Cheerio.